good morning, and how are we all doing? And welcome back to the channel. So today I'm still here in Llangollen, and I'm just off for a walk down into Clan. I'm going to walk along the canal into Llangollen. Not too bad today, a bit cloudy, a little bit of blue sky trying to pop through, but it's not too bad actually, yeah. So let's just try and make the most of what we got. I forgot to point out yesterday, if you're staying on Abbey Farm, you don't have to go out through the gate. You can come across the field straight from the site. Public footpath runs through the farm, so you can get back out onto the road up here. Cuts the corner off, no more than that. But anyway, let's see what's happening down in Clan, eh? It's usually really busy, so we'll go and see. So we're taking pretty much the same route as we took yesterday when we left the site and done the left and headed down the A539. This road will take you straight into Llangollen. A lot of low cloud today in the valley. You sometimes get the cloud inversions here. I've been up on the panorama up behind the Sun Trevor, and you're looking down on top of the clouds. I think it's called a cloud inversion. Really pretty. Okay, so the canal's just here, just to my right. You can see it there. But we need to get to the other side, so just a little bit further up the hill here, we can cut across and get over and continue our walk into Llangollen. Okay, so this is where we're going to get onto the canal now. And you can see the sign for the motor museum, motor and motorcycle museum. I actually came here, it was a good few years ago now. It might have been about 15 years ago or so. I think at the time it was just like, say, £2 to get in. There was actually tons of stuff in there. Lots of memorabilia, old cars, motorbikes. I think there was even a few cycles. The only thing is, everything was like really jammed in together. But who knows, it may have changed. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so as you can see here, I think from here it's about a mile back, opposite way to what I'm walking, to the Horseshoe Falls. Now it's the last 1.7 miles of the canal that is too shallow. I don't know why mind you, they built it as a feeder, didn't they? I suppose the boats are only getting on down past Clan, Keffin, places like that. So it didn't need to be deep up this end. Oh, this is new. This wasn't here last time I came. Ivy wood. That looks nice. That's where I'm stopping for a coffee on the way back. Lovely. Okay, so this area here is the sidings for the railway. There's an old engine there, isn't there? See it down there, yeah. Lots of old carriages. I think most of these are past their best. Do her up for Johnny Vegas, maybe, for his caravan park, campsite, glamping site, whatever it is. Well, just have a look at this house here, lovely. It's like an extra room at the back, out on stilts. Okay, so this is the sidings, and there's absolutely tons of trains here, or carriages I should say. Okay, so these carriages here are all open. But that one with the wheel on, it's like a ship's wheel. So these may be used when Thomas the Tank Engine's here. That's usually here 2 or 3 times a year. Good morning. Yeah, they look like the ones like Clarabelle or whatever her name is. Just spotted some llamas in the field over there. Just gone under the road. So now we're the other side of the A539. Why is there always 2 male ducks to each female? Answers in the comments, please. There's the ramblers coming. Okay, this house belongs to the caravan site at the back of it. It's called Pendule. We've stayed on there a couple of times years ago when we had our VW camper. It's a bit awkward getting up and in, but yeah, nice little site. The guy who used to own it was originally from Wigan, and he passed away a few years ago. I think his wife met somebody else, and she moved on to Canal. But they've now sold up and gone to live in Spain or Greece. That's what I've been told anyway. Anyway, we walk through here. We'll come off the canal here, and I'll show you the pavilion where they have the International Eisteddfod. Pavarotti's played here. I think James were here this year, and some other big bands. I'm not sure, but I think even Rick Astley played here. Yeah, so Llangollen Pavilion. And like I say, Pendule across the road. Not sure about the pampas grass. It has other meanings, doesn't it, in certain areas? Oh dear. And just a bit further up, we'll see the last point you can get to in your boat before you have to turn round. Okay, so this is the pavilion where they have the Eisteddfod, and there's lots of other concerts on now. Whoever's taken it over now is really, it's really taken off. Some really big stars playing there. Lovely houses up on the hill there. Yeah, so that's the International Pavilion, Llangollen. Looks like some major work going on at the pavilion. Okay, so this is the mooring point for your boats, and as you can see on this sign here, no boat traffic beyond this point. Now the horse-drawn canal boats, they do go further up here. They go so far and then they have to unhook the horse and then it pulls it back the other way. But as for the general traffic, this is as far as you can go. Again, in summer, this has been really busy and all them berths would probably be taken. And then just ahead of us, we have the stables and the cafe at Llangollen Wharf. That's where you'll get your horse-drawn boat. So if you're staying in Llangollen, have yourself a walk up to here. It's the Raffer Club. It's a Llangollen branch of the Raffer Club, and visitors are welcome. It's supposed to be a nice little club. Nice pint in there, decent prices. And if you're into bowling, you may be able to have a game of bowls. Yeah, Rapper Club, give it a try. I think the horse-drawn boats are finished now for the season. You can see that like red brick building with the 3 black doors. That's the stables where they keep the horses during the day. They take turns pulling the boats, and then they have a little rest in there, something to eat. But there's the white part of the white building you can see, that's actually a cafe, and they do really nice food in there. Nice coffees and hot chocolates. The scones used to be amazing there. They were like, you know, proper homemade scones, and then the next minute they were like shop bought in kind of scones, you know, much smaller and yeah, just nowhere near as nice. You know, like a homemade scone's all uneven. These were just all like, you know, perfectly formed, but still okay, I suppose. And the William Jessup. Now William Jessup was one of the designers who worked on the aqueduct, I think, up at Pontycastilty. So William Jessup and Thomas Telford, they designed the aqueduct. I'll tell you a little bit about the story. There we go, there's the aqueduct, 2 miles walk. See how the weather goes, we might be able to have a walk up there. So you can see, like I said yesterday, 1.75 miles to the Horseshoe Falls. Mind you, it says 4.25 miles. Yeah, 4.25 miles to the aqueduct. Okay, so when you get here, if you go in the cafe, see where all the umbrellas are. There's steps down from there, or you can walk down. This is a bit more gradual. A lot of people struggle on the steps, but yeah, there's 2 ways down into the town. So, moving on. You can see over to the river there, and the corn mill. That's a really popular restaurant. If we look up the top, up here, these houses have only been built the last couple of years. They're extending it right up the side of the mountain. And this here, when I first started coming to Llangollen nearly 40 years ago, this was a petrol station here. And then they built this massive block of apartments. So, they must have made some money there, eh? Anyway, like I was saying, here's the steps. Steps can be quite steep, but these are new steps. These have only been in a year or so. And that up there is the wharf tea rooms. Okay, let's have a walk into town. So here we have the Llangollen railway station. This carriage here is it's a tea rooms. It doesn't look as if it's open now. It looks closed. And there's a train in, so I might go and inquire to see if the trains are running today. And if they are, I'll take you on a trip, eh? Oh, hang on. No, non-running today. Anyway, a little about the bridge, eh? I say about the bridge. The first crossing here was built in the reign of Henry I. Now, this bridge as it stands was built in, I think it was 1635. And that was to replace, well no, it was the 16th century actually. That was to replace a former bridge which was built in 1345. And that was built by John Trevor of Trevor Hall. So Trevor's about 2 miles back along the A539. So the present bridge, now this part here, it was extended in 1860. This extra arch was put in to take in the new railway. So this railway used to run from here all the way through Kefenmauer, and you can now walk along parts of the railway. It's like like a Sustrans route, so you can walk or cycle along it. So let's have a walk over there. This is the first sight you'll get of the town as you come over the bridge. River's running quite fast today. Usually lots of people here taking photographs. And this is where the rafts come down. So you get lots of people watching that, hoping people will fall in. Not malicious like, just to give us a laugh. Yeah, so this is the Llangollen Bridge, and it's a Grade 1 listed building, believe it or not. A scheduled ancient monument. But that doesn't stop the kids jumping off it in the summer. I'll take you over and show you where the kids jump. Okay, so in the summer, the kids will run from that side of the road, and some of them will like do a handspring or whatever, jump off here, down into the river there. Bloody crazy. And kids have done it for years and years. But anyway, they've made it illegal now. You're not allowed to jump in from here. But kids being kids, they still do it. Now this is a shame, this building here, the Royal, when we first started coming here, this was actually open, this hotel. Apparently somebody's bought it, and then they started to renovate it, and the rumour is that they didn't realise it was a Grade 1 or Grade 2 listed building, so it scuppered the plans they had for it, and now it's just left vacant. Cafe Bistro, yeah, lovely food in there, and really nice coffee. And that'll take you down to the Riverside Walk if you go down there. Well worth doing. And you can see back up there now where the horse-drawn boats are. Llangollen's one of those places, no matter what time of year or what time of day, what day of the week you come, it's always mad busy. However, not as busy today. There's the guys getting the memorial ready for Sunday's Remembrance Day. We came to the Remembrance Parade here, it was about 4 or 5 years ago, I think, me and Cam. Yeah, it was really poignant. Estate agents, this is the Oggy shop. If you've never had an Oggy, you haven't lived. Look at them there. Oh dear, giant Welsh beef Oggy, £5.60. Bit like a Cornish pasty, but much bigger. Scotch eggs. Oh my god, I might have to call in here on my way back down. Ooh. They even sell whiskey, I forgot mine. Okay. There's Stevie G's pie shop, Gerard's. I don't think it is really. Like I say, a lot of the shops are actually shut at the moment because it's out of season now. Nemo's, nice chippy there. The only thing is, it's like cafe prices, it's not like, a cheap meal. This used to be a betting shop, bloody hell. All change. It's one of those places, nearly every time you come, you say, oh, that shop's shut down. Oh, hang on, but there's another one there now. And if you want to treat yourself to a cake, Siddle's is the place to come. Wow, look at that, rocky road. And if you go inside, pies and pasties. Ooh, so you wouldn't go short of anything to eat here. Again, this shop on the corner here, the corner mini market, that used to be the newsagent years ago, just recently been sold. Oh dear, this is a cafe as well now. This used to sell all like fancy candles and stuff like that. It's one of Cadden's favourite shops now. But it's now Squiggles. Is that how you spell Squiggles? No, you. And you've got 2 outdoor shops. You've got Trespass. That's my level. And over the road you've got Pro Adventure. This guy used to be around the corner. I bought a North Face top from there over 30 years ago. Still got it. Okay, so you get to the top of the street, Irwin Street, and that's the A5. Left takes you through to Shrewsbury eventually, Oswald Street first off. and then right for Corwin, Betsy Coward, eventually Holyhead. Stands, the local garage where you can buy bloody absolutely anything. This used to be a bike shop, now a vape bar. Okay, I need to show you this. Watkin and Williams, this is like a proper old-fashioned hardware store. It goes right back. They sell timber and cement and you name it, they sell it in there. Bought plenty of stuff from there over the years. Okay, so when we first started coming here, 1986, with the St Helens Cycling Club, this was actually a pub, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. The Grapes, it's just reminded me, I think it was called the Grapes. There's a big bunch of grapes hanging there, and that's now. Okay, when we first started coming to Llangollen with the cycling club, 1986, my first year, this was the chippy we used to go to of a night. We'd cycle down here. I'll just get in here and yeah, it's a bit noisy out there. Should be a bit quieter in the churchyard, yeah. Anyway, we used to, we'd meet up Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock, and we'd all cycle down here. And then we'd be into the B&B, which was just back up the hill there a bit. It's a nursing home now. We'd be in there, quick change, leave your bag, quick change, shower, and then we'd come down here and we'd go to this chippy and we'd get fish and chips. Then we'd go out, we'd go to the Grapes, have a few pints in the Grapes, and then about 11 o'clock we'd come back to the chippy and we'd get our supper then, fish and chips or whatever again, and then back to the guest house, because we knew then we were out on the bike the next day. So we knew we'd burn it off. Anyway, let's take you into the graveyard, the cemetery, and have a little look. You have to be careful because there's a funeral going on. The Church of St Colin. St Colin, this is how Llangollen got its name. It was named after St Colin, a 7th century monk who arrived here by oracle and set up a church. It was a small Welsh settlement and he set up a church here. And imagine coming down the River Dee in a coracle. Oh my God. Anyway, so this is what the town is named after. Llangollen or Llangollen, however you want to pronounce it. St Colin. So this place behind me is the famous Hand Hotel. I'm sure my cousin James Wardle actually worked here. I think this could have been one of his first jobs in the, did they call it the hospitality? Yeah, hospitality, yeah. Yeah, so it's like I was saying before, Llangollen is a place, it's got tons of places you can stay. There's lots of hotels, there's bed and breakfast, campsites. There's something for everybody. Lovely place. Ooh, Chapel Street Coffee Company. Freshly ground coffee. Nice. It's been there a while, that, so it must be doing okay. This is like round one of the back streets, and don't come down here much. There's a nice bistro, a wine bar off to the left. It's called Gales. Three Eagles next door. Another decent sized hotel. Like I say, there's tons of places to stay. And just round this corner here now is the place me and Karen first stayed. First time we ever came here. I'd been here on the bike, Karen had never been. And it's Benson's Hotel Riverview Bar. It was actually advertised in the advertised in the Liverpool Echo. 2 nights, bed and breakfast, in a 4-poster bed, £99. So anyway, I don't know if you had to phone up then to book it. We booked it. We got here on the Friday, parked the car. I don't even know where we parked the car now because there's not that many places where you can park cars. Anyway, we gets here Friday night. We goes in and I says, "Hello, Mr. Humphreys, we booked for 2 nights, bed and breakfast." He said, "Oh yes sir, come through." I said, "The 4-poster bed." And he said, "Oh, I'm afraid that's gone." And I said, "Yeah, we booked it." And he said, "Oh no," I said, "a bit of a mix-up. I think somebody else has got it." So I think it was just a bit of a con, you know, to get you here. But £99 for 2 nights. We wasn't arguing. And we sat at the back overlooking the river to have our meals. It was lovely. And now this place now is buzzing of a weekend. If there's any football on, this is the place to go. Come here and watch the footy here. When we first came, downstairs was like a pizza place. So there'd be people in and out all night for pizza delivery and stuff. Happy days. Nice bistro next door, opened up now. Bistro La Femme. That looks lovely. There I go again. Right, time's getting on and I'm getting hungry and I have lots of choices. Do we get an ice cream? Do I get an oggy? Or do I walk up to Nemo's and get fish and chips? What do I do? Decisions, eh? What's happened here? It's a listed building, so I can't see them knocking it down, but it'll probably get to the stage where it'll be beyond repair or whatever. It'd probably take millions to do that up now. Okay, we're going to go down D Lane and have a look along the river, do the riverside walk. Minted lamb baguette, oh my god. There's me other choices, isn't it? Ploughman's. What do I do? Nice vintage shop here on the left. Usually plenty of people in there having a mooch. And like I said, this is the corn mill. So this is the place to come. Really good food, drinks. Yeah, cracking place. But you need to book if you come here. There's a little bit of info about it. That's how it got its name. Now a restaurant. You know what? I might have to go in there, check the beer, make sure it's still okay. Okay, so this is the back of the corn mill. See over to the railway. Lots of people sitting out there in the summer. Don't think people would want to sit out now. Nice view of the railway station here and up to the castle ruins. It's a bit quieter here along the river as well. You get down towards the corn mill and the roar of the water. It's amazing, isn't it? The power of water there. Now, believe it or not, this section here, from here all the way along here, is where people walk out on the rocks. In the summer when the water's a lot lower, it's all accessible and you can walk out there. So you get people walking almost to the other side of the river, all the way up here. Kids paddling and dogs in there. You ain't going to do that today. But the river's nowhere near as high as it's been in the past when I've been down here. There's the bandstand. Okay, so this runoff here. We were here one year, and I don't know if it was Lydia or Jake crawled up here. They got in down here because the water was really low. They got in down there, crawled under the path and up there. Lydia or Jake, not sure which one. Sure they'll tell me. Crazy kids, eh? All the big poppies out now. It's Remembrance Sunday soon. Bandstand. Oh, young courting couple in the bandstand there. How romantic. So you get lots of canoeists coming down the river here. And you also got the rafts, the giant rafts with about, I think they have about 10 people in, 8 to 10 people. It's good fun to watch. Okay, so I was saying about how wide the river has been in the past when we've been down here. And I'm stood by the steps now. I'll show you these steps. We've been here when the water has been to the top of these steps. I'll show you how much lower it is today. Okay, so here's the top of the steps. We've been here when it's been lapping out here. And that's how low it is today. So practically almost up to the top of this wall. So this is still part of the river walk. Some nice properties along here. Gets a bit enclosed here now. And there's a lovely surprise when you get up here. Something you won't be expecting. Nearly there. Won't be long. Is the suspense getting you? No, why not? Just round this corner here now. Here we go. I'll turn you around so you can see it. Look at that. I bet you didn't expect that there, eh? Aldi. But not only the Aldi, there's also, let's show you, there's a Home Bargains next door, my favourite shop. So if you come down here, I think you get 3 hours free parking on here. Lots of people park on here now. Go down by the river with the kids. But yeah, unfortunately, it's killed a lot of the local small businesses, cafes and that. Because people will come here and they'll get crisps, sweets, sandwiches and stuff from here instead of going to the local cafes. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video here now. This trip to Llangollen. Walked up along the canal from Abbey Farm to here. So hopefully, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, comment. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. And hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. And who knows where we'll be. I was going to say ta-ra in Welsh then, but I forgot how to say it. So, ta-ra.